Everybody on here and coming to you with this month's video. I am out in the incredible scenery of Vermont right now, just getting ready to finish up my tours and my last event coming up in Rutland, Vermont this Saturday in a couple of days. So I wanted to take this time to get out and cut a video and share with you a little bit about really these thoughts about where our true power is and where that lies within us. And why is it that true power is inside of us? Why is it within? And the real short version of that, in essence, is because everything that is immortal, everything that cannot be destroyed by the third dimensional world or the third dimensional energy, resides within us, because that's where the seed of God is. That's where the seed of the soul is. And so it becomes untouchable. It is the pieces that we can never totally lose. And sometimes we feel like we've lost those pieces. We feel like we've lost our power. We feel like we have lost our abundance. We feel like we've lost our hope. These non-tangible pieces. But in essence, we really haven't. What's happened is that we've gotten distracted by the power that is outside of ourselves. The power that belongs to the third dimensional world, which is a base, just general sort of power that is not true power. It is power that only belongs to the third dimensional world. And it's really an illusion that's created by the mind. What is outside of ourselves, to believe that there's power outside of us, there are many layers to that, and I'll proceed that right now, because if you talk about things that are outside of ourselves, say like God, that some people believe is outside of us, I personally believe God is both outside and within us. And so there are many, many layers to that. But when we talk about what is connected to this world, most of that power that is outside of us is actually a distraction. And so we are convinced that power lies in things. It lies in status. It lies in having these certain qualities or things like that, which is the power. And to a certain extent, qualities is true, but it does not reside in material world accolades. And I think that that is the tough piece for a lot of people to get sometimes, and why they get so distracted, because they're taught if you achieve a certain standing in the world, you're full of power, right? We look at people that are in political positions, we look at people like Bill Gates, we look at things like that and go, well, yeah, they have a lot of power because of money, because of this. They actually don't, because all of their power is reliant on whether we are connecting with our true power or not. And so their only chance at having material world power is to convince us to disconnect from our true power. So this is a really interesting piece for us to consider. And I bring this up because in the codes right now, going into the month of November here, we really find that power is coming up as a big piece in the codes. Not just the power plays and things, but we have this amazing aspect and dynamic of what's going on. And a lot of people feel challenged by this. When the power energy surfaces, it's very easily to get distracted by things that are happening in the world. It's very easy to get distracted by things that are going on and pull our attention away, because we get wrapped up in the drama, we get wrapped up in the turmoil. And power, oftentimes, just in that generic third dimensional energy power, will create a lot of turmoil because it has a need to be recognized. The people, the situations behind it, it wants attention. And the reality of it is that's coming from a space of insecurity. When we look at power in general from codes, it's all about engaging in competition. So if we start to engage in this competition with people through situations, trying to feel like we have to prove our worth, we're actually stepping into this earthly world power, this false power, because there really is no power. Once we do that, it's saying, I have no value, I have no worth, I don't know who I am. And therefore I have to prove I'm better than somebody else. Therefore I have to beat out somebody else in the situation. And this is something that we want to actually be very, very careful of. So what happens when this power and this turmoil comes up? What we really want to be doing is accessing our true power. And here's the interesting piece. When we look at codes for true power, it's all about the abundant self. It's all about the one who is willing to take the action, put in the effort, but not only that, sees the rewards through what they are giving to the world. And that doesn't mean that they're totally self-sacrificing. It means that they are sharing what they're abundant in. It means that they are being willing to help those who are struggling to help themselves. And that is not just an aspect of giving people a free ride. It is an aspect of people who genuinely maybe are in hard times or genuinely need a bit of advice or mentoring or guiding, or just need to remember who they really are and remember that they do have the ability to turn their life around and to transform things. So the way that we access this true power is to go within ourselves. It's all about taking the time to be still. And so many times when turmoil kicks up, we don't go and be still. We don't take those few moments to catch our breath, to step away from things, to just stop and reconnect with God and the soul self. But when we do that, what we find is that we're able to enter a space of being in peace, a space of being calm, a space of coming into really drawing on that strength of what is immortal within us. And that is where we start to find the true power. Now, once we do this and we can bring this calm and we can bring this peacefulness up from within, we are now in command of things. And this is why those who have gone through oftentimes deep spiritual practices or who have trained themselves through various practices to find this peace and this calm are not as affected by the turmoil that goes on in the world, because they're drawing on that power and they realize that they have the ability to command the direction that things go. They realize that they have the ability to transform the situation, and they can take and transform the turmoil into blessings. They can take and transform the chaos into something that is an incredible experience that benefits people. They can use it to shift into new beginnings and try new things. So this is where the real power is, and this is why the power is within us, because when we come in as a soul, when we come in as an essence of the God energy and God, and are living as a reflection of that, nothing can truly disturb that. Nothing can truly take that away from us. It's always going to be an immortal factor, which means it really truly cannot be dependent on these external things. It's only when we choose to attach to external things and seek to find our power through them and seek to become addicted to them instead of going within that we feel that loss. But it hasn't really gone away. It's just where we are focusing our energy. So when we refocus our energy, we come back around to it. So that's really my key points. And I encourage all of you, because turbulence is going to come and go, right? It's going to happen. We might have some calm years in the world. We might have some upheaval times in the world. It's going to come and go. But if you know how to draw on your true power from within you, you will always be able to see your way through things. You'll always be able to shift the direction things are going, and you'll always have more than you need and enough to share with those who are struggling. So consider that. I hope you'll draw on that over the next month. And when you feel that chaos again, step away, go into the stillness, and connect. Just connect with your true power, because that true power is divine essence. That true power, when you stop and connect with it, you're inviting God into the situation, and that will take care of everything. Take care, everybody, and I will see you in another month. It's nice and actually comfy and warm out here right now, but we are headed into fall, so I imagine by the time I cut my next video, there very easily could either be snow on the ground or it's going to be pretty darn cold. So I'm going to enjoy this weather. Take care. Have a great month.